Bro, I almost sold some of my Ethereum, like do that profit taking. And I was like, I'm not even sure if I'm doing it right. So I stopped.
So you stopped?
Yeah, I stopped. I was like, I'm not even sure.
You're out before I sell all of my assets.
Mm-hmm.
I better know my assets covered.
Okay, time. That way I can come here, rewind it. We're good.
So we talk about the future, then we go to the past and we sprinkle a little bit of the middle, while also foreshadowing again the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like that?
Yeah.
Nice. What the fuck are we saying? Oh well, how are we doing this week, guys? Thank you for tuning in on this week's episode of the Heavens Demons podcast.
Bro, I hate this bottle opener.
I'm just trying to figure. Hey, bro, we have a perfectly good one that you used over here, but you know what?
It's all good. Don't even worry about it.
Hey, you know what? It's fine. He's gonna figure it out. He's gonna figure it out.
Ignore me.
But thank you for tuning in this week, guys. Episode 2 officially of the Heavens Demons pod. I hope Adam didn't spill all over himself because it's gonna look mighty bad for our second time.
You know what? It's a lot to handle.
Yeah.
It's a lot of carbonation in that fucking thing.
It's not.
It was like it's like in the
like
movie Beer Fest, the boot.
Oh, das Boot.
Yeah, that's exactly what that experience was like right there.
So did you do like a little twist?
I should have.
I would know for next time. I would know for next time. Where do we want to start?
Sponsors Topo Chico. What?
Topo Chico. I mean, look, I'm not saying we're deserving of it, and I'm not saying we've been on your side since day one because, you know, it took time to hear about you, you know? It takes time. But we're fully committed.
It's and we haven't been by your side since day one because you've been established since 1895.
Yeah, so that'd be
impossible.
That'd be literally impossible.
Or is it?
But point of the
look
matter,
at Edward in the Spanish flu.
Bro, Edward's been.
Is he the Topo Chico?
No, I don't think he's that Chico.
Hold on now. He's from Forks, the top of the country.
If you're asking me, is he? No, I don't believe so. But you know, I could be wrong. I don't want to make assumptions.
He was there. He had to have been. He's like Wolverine.
No,
have you seen Wolverine?
No, he's not.
No,
because he had the Spanish influenza in 1917. I think he's 17, so he was born like in the 1900s. If I'm correct. You know what? All the Twilight fans out there, y'all can correct me.
He was 17 years old.
I think he's been I think he's 17. Yes. He's
Fuck,
17.
he just missed the cut because 1895. He just 5 years too late.
5 years, bro.
5 years too late.
Could have been there.
He might have been. He could be like, Saved by the Bell, a 20-year-old playing 17.
Or like any other sitcom ever created in the history where they have 23-year-olds playing 16-year-olds.
See, they're doing an Icarly reboot.
I did see that, bro. I saw a nasty ass tweet too that said, the reboot better be nasty with it. I better see Carly doing a line of coke off Gibby. That's fucked up. Poor Gibby, bro. He still gets shit to this day, but I love that guy.
Gibby is basically like the Beans of what?
Even Stevens.
Even Stevens, yeah. Yes.
Which,
basically,
isn't he like a grown? Like he just I don't know what
didn't age well.
Well, he's like a grown.
Or are you
man.
talking about Gibby or Beans?
No, Beans.
Beans is he's a grown ass man.
Like he looks like a child like for a long time. I don't know what disease that's called. The Benjamin Button. I don't know. But there's something out there to where he looks very young and he's like 40.
It's just his face, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? But what were we saying?
Jealous. I didn't say anything really.
Oh, we're just iCarly Reboot.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they figure it out because you know what? They try to reboot Boy Meets World and made Girl Meets World. Not a fan.
I knew it wasn't going to be good.
Not a fan.
I knew it wasn't for me.
Bro, and you see, this was supposed to happen with the Lizzie McGuire show. Lizzie McGuire wanted to make it a little bit more kind of risque, so she didn't necessarily want to be under the Disney umbrella, but they wouldn't like release the rights, obviously, because it's Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm not gonna come back and make a Disney type of sitcom or show. Like, I'm a grown woman. I want to make a grown woman show.
Yeah, let the creators create.
Bro, do you think you think the fucking Mass is ever gonna let?
I'm sorry.
The Mass.
The Moss.
The Mouse.
What?
You think the Mouse is ever gonna let Disney have like an adult type of? You don't know where that's from? Or do you know where it's from and you know why I'm saying it? That's why it's even worse.
It took me a second, but goddamn. You caught me off guard.
I promise, guys, it's gonna get a lot more structure as we go on.
You caught me off guard.
But do you think
continue?
Do you think the Mouse is ever gonna allow an adult section Not like that. Like a more mature type of.
It's just, if I go to my Disney Plus and it's black and orange, we got a fucking problem.
Bro, okay, you know what
If
I mean. I'm saying if there's like a more mature
I clicked the wrong Mulan.
division that like they could have made a fucking Even Stevens for adults or a fucking Liz McGuire. Like there's I guarantee you there's a market for that. Like I don't understand like why they wouldn't, or maybe they could like have a second kind of division to still be under the
So
umbrella.
you want Shia LaBeouf currently to
Creeper?
film? Yeah, to film Even Stevens.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it doesn't have to apply to everybody, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is it could apply to some. Like I
Some.
guarantee you, Lizzie McGuire would have made a fire reboot if it was as she wanted in terms of a more mature real life.
Probably.
type of,
When did she want to do this?
this was supposed to happen this last year.
Last year?
Yeah, it was like a big old thing that they were saying that they were gonna do a reboot, but she just couldn't get on board
Yeah.
because it was gonna be fucking corny and cheesy.
Which I imagine it would be.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's got to be a market for that.
I'm sure there is.
Hey, fucking
Yeah.
mass, hit me up. There's good ideas out there. Hey, you're leaving money off the table.
Are they?
I don't know, bro.
Do they really care?
You see-
It's May the 4th, so Star Wars, they're making a killing with Star Wars. I
Oh.
don't think they really care.
Killing it right now. Oh, they just reopened Disneyland. Did you see those people that were like
Those people creep me out.
I can't speak too much on it, but they were crying hysterically.
Yeah, there's a difference between being an annual pass holder
And that.
and that. There needs to be, as somebody said, I need a documentary on these type of people.
How do I go about this? Oh,
Are you gonna tread carefully, or are you
gonna
gonna be honest?
okay. Fuck it. Hey, this is the second episode. Whatever. we're going off the rails. I've been with somebody who's been like very much into Disneyland and that kind of like the Disney World with the mass at a later age in their life. Not that I found it weird, but I just couldn't relate because look, I grew up Disney too.
Yeah.
But then I also kind of grew up, and I still appreciate some of those movies for nostalgia. Like I'll still go back and watch Aladdin or fucking Pocahontas or some of these movies because they're good movies. Like I don't mind it. You see it with a different eye now, granted, because
Yeah.
you're older. But the whole like still stuck on it, it rubbed me the wrong way. Not that it should have been a red flag, but I knew I was never going to be able to relate to that.
I'll say this though. I'll be fair. Those football fans that paint their team's colors, are in the same category as.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I
either.
couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
It's the same thing. Like I get being a fanatic, I get it. But then I think there's a line between casual fan, fanatic, and then there's
Obsession?
Then there's fanatic and like weird obsession.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way. It doesn't just go to the Disney people, the APs. Like I get it. I was an annual pass holder too, but
The APs,
annual pass holder. They have the stickers on their car with
Yeah.
the AP with the mask in the middle.
the mass. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I view it the same way when it comes to college football. Like I'm a USC fan. You'll never see me paint my face.
Bro, you're not gonna paint your body cardinal?
No, cardinal and gold. Nah,
Bro, you paint
Couldn't
your
be
body
me.
cardinal, mine gold.
No,
You don't want to do it? Come
nah,
on, bro.
not a chance. Not a chance. Hey, next time.
We tried.
We tried.
Hey, that idea out the window.
Out the fucking window. But like, I don't know, man. I get it to an extent, but then there's like
Hey, you're allowed to be
I'm
passionate.
taken aback.
Yeah, it's a little strange. Or you know what? I can't even say that. I just personally can't relate because
Yeah.
there's things I'm passionate about, but nothing that I'm obsessive to where it's a problem like that.
Yeah. I respect.
Good for you.
I respect them going that far in, but it's like, is this where you wanted to go that far in?
Like
Why
this,
here?
Like this is where you chose. Like
This is where you chose.
Hey, you could have been trying to like make the earth a better place or something that's like, oh my god, you want to help orphans. No, I want to.
I hate all the orphans in the world.
Nah, you chose the mass over the orphans. Think about that.
Hey. Yeah.
Hey, everybody does things different.
But yes, it's May the 4th, so
May
May
the
the
4th
4th be with you. And also with you.
Never seen Star Wars, but yes, I understand the reference. And
I will not challenge, but watch one Star Wars movie. If this isn't be a
tough.
day.
that's tough.
I would say
I'm gonna be out of commission, so I'll give it a try.
don't watch for your sake. Because don't watch the first one. The episodes don't go in order, by the way.
Yeah, no, I heard.
So don't watch anything
Right.
from the 80s, the late 90s. I think episode. You can go ahead and start with episode 3, Revenge of the
Okay,
Sith.
okay,
You can watch that
okay.
one. I'm gonna watch the Phantom Menace tonight, just because that's kind of mood I'm in. I want to see Darth Maul.
Yeah, I want to get a little dangerous.
I might see that one. You know,
But why are you saying I shouldn't watch the first ones?
because
curious.
it's hard. It's like going back and watching Rocket Power right now. Like just the
I was okay, but how about this? What about Mallrats? Mallrats is a pretty older movie, and it
Yeah.
was still funny the first time I
yeah,
ever
but
saw
it's
it.
not an action movie.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's not an action
When you've
movie.
seen Marvel and
Yeah.
everything that's transpired throughout the years, it's like it's hard to go back. That makes
Mallrats is just, the sound quality is not the best.
sense. Video quality either.
The video quality is not the best, but
Humor's humor though.
yeah, comedy's comedy. But when it comes to Star Wars, it's a serious action movie with hints of comedy in it.
Yeah.
But it's like you're gonna get creeped out when you see fucking Yoda being carried on the back as he's climbing up, and you're just looking at it, you're like the visual effects aren't the best, so it's hard to get into.
Yeah, it's hard.
Which is crazy because if you think back then when it first came out, that was like the fucking
Top tier.
Yeah,
Like-
top tier of everything.
Yeah.
So
Well, to be honest, that did come a long way from how they used to. Bro, they didn't have anything back in the day. Like they couldn't do anything with crazy effects. So to go to that, people are like, "Holy shit, this is actually possible." I tried to get a buddy of mine in college to watch The Sandlot because he never saw it. I was making Benny the Jet references, and he did not understand them.
Rodriguez,
Huh?
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Exactly. So I was trying to get him to watch it in college, and he's like, "I can't watch this. This is awful." And I'm like, and then I was watching it, like trying to with like his perspective. I was like, "Yeah, if it's not for nostalgia purposes, it's hard to watch."
There's a lot of like the Disney stuff that you were alluding to earlier. A lot of that I don't want to remake.
No,
Like I don't want to remake. I don't want a part 2. I don't want,
I'll be honest, bro. I did not want a Mulan live animated or live version of it,
especially if there's no Mushu.
bro. No Mushu. He's the
I haven't
movie.
watched it.
Dishonor to you.
Dishonor on your cow. But yeah, there's just certain things that shouldn't be a part 2 too.
No.
You should just let that breathe.
Let it simmer, guys.
Let it simmer. But
I'm gonna dive into it.
yeah.
But yeah. Well.
Also, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. When we filmed last, it wasn't.
Technically, no. We're still.
So
in
this is the
April.
first episode. So
Which you did make it clear to me. I wasn't aware that was Mental Health Awareness Month. So thank you for bringing it up.
yeah, I was brought aware from Instagram, and I was watching the I Am Athlete podcast, and Brandon Marshall's a big
that's right,
advocate
yeah.
advocate for it, for the awareness, and him and his wife, they have a clothing line specific to this month and like the color that they chose, and
I like that.
yeah, so like because of the month, everybody go check in on your friends, check in on the friend that's always checking in on you.
Because
See
they
how
might
everybody's
be the
doing.
people that need it the most.
Mm-hmm.
You never know out there.
Yeah.
How you doing mentally?
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
I'm fine. I would say out of 10, it's like a 7.
Oh, 7. Okay.
A 7. Stressed out.
A given. Yeah.
Stressed out. But 7.
7's not too bad of a number. If you didn't have that stress, where do you think you'd be?
If I didn't have that stress,
Because
well, I don't think I've ever been a 10.
No, I was say I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Impossible to be a
I
10.
think
The highest
I-
you could
yeah.
probably get is what, like
The-
8.5.
I've been a 10 on mushrooms. I've been a
Oh, that's
fucking
different.
10.
Yeah.
But sober, I like it was.
Sober.
But sober, yeah, I'm 7 right now. If I didn't have the stress, I'd probably be like 8.5 to 9.
That's actually very high.
Yeah, because it's like I was thinking about it today after I heard on the podcast, and I was like, look, I literally wake up every day. I work, for the pool company a couple hours a day, but I literally do whatever I want. I work for myself.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do I honestly have? Like the stresses come from, outside stuff of like, truck repairs, this, that, and the third, stuff that I can't control. But then when I look at it, it's like, I don't like, what do I really have to complain about? I do what I want every day.
Mm-hmm. You have good health.
Yeah. So I would say right now 7. If I didn't have the stress, I'd 8.5 to 9.
That's not bad. I think it's pretty good.
I found a new thing that I like doing: jump rope tanning.
Jump rope tanning.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Divulge.
Divulge, put tanning oil on, and go outside and jump rope.
So are you just out there like in boxers or like just shorts and that's it?
Just like my running shorts.
Running shorts.
Running shorts, my jumping shoes. I got the hat on to keep it out my eyes. Just jump roping and then rotating. 30 minutes.
That's very interesting. Did you see this somewhere? Like, what inspired you to get to this?
What inspired me was I have an hour. I have an hour. I don't want to go run.
Yeah.
And I want a tan. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll just jump rope.
You want to get your vitamin D while still getting your cardio in, but not killing yourself because we do live in a desert and it's very easy to dehydrate and you work outside regardless, so you don't want to make it worse.
Yeah, bro. It was just a vibe. Jump roping right there, and Roxy and Mia are just watching me. Roxy got hit with the jump rope a couple times because she didn't understand
The concept, but you know what? It takes time.
She was
to
like
learn.
this with the jump rope, and like she just went closer and just wow. And she's like,
She's like, what the fuck was that? She's like, it's coming from above, Mia. Holy shit, y'all see this?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's my new thing.
That's good.
Like
Hey,
it.
you know what? That's a good one. That's a good one. Do you do the tanning thing? Because I'm sure you're like a lot of people that work outside. You cover up, so you try it. Because if not, let's be honest, nobody wants skin cancer.
No.
So you got to be covered up for the most part.
I cover up all the way. My brother didn't understand that, and I was like, you never worked outside, really? So
Yeah.
And
Bro,
because
and there's two ways to do it. Because I've seen some people of lighter complexion working outside, like in construction. I'm all, this guy's in shorts and pretty much a tank top. How are you doing this? How?
Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna get skin cancer in 5 years.
and it's always like you'll see like the older white dudes that do that, and they have like the black spots
Yeah, bro,
all over, and it's like, hey bro, it's because you don't cover up.
Yeah,
like I get it. And I told my brother, I was like, I get it, it's hot, you think because the sun's out and it's summer you want to wear a short sleeve. I get it, but if you're gonna be out here for a long period of time, you have to cover up. Just because, so this, what's causing the, your heat is the constant sun beating down on your skin.
Yeah.
If you cover up, it's a layer that the sun doesn't go through. It's gonna suck for a little bit wearing it, but over the long period of time, your body's gonna get acclimated to it anyway.
People like, there's a few, myself included, and a few coworkers, like, people think it's nuts. It's like 100 degrees outside and we have sweaters on. And
That's another thing.
That's
the sweater's a different level.
No, that's a different level. One, it's kind of like a sauna in there. So like you will, like, if you're going through something very laborious, it's a different beast. But if not, if you're kind of just working and moving around, it's not too bad. But it's so thick that the sun's not getting to you at all, almost at all. So it keeps you very much insulated from the sun.
As long as you stay hydrated, you're fine.
Yeah, which we always make a good job of doing that, because sometimes we don't have the option of going under a tree or getting any shade. So it's like, hey, bro, that's the only only shade you got.
Yeah, and I was telling my brother, I was like, bro, you drive around, you don't see all the landscapers and construction workers all have long sleeves. I'm like, why do you think they just give them that?
You think it's just for because it looks better?
And he's like, oh, I never thought about it. I was like, I guess just for people that never thought about it, it makes sense.
And the more your skin is exposed to the sun, the more you sweat. So if you have a sweater or a long sleeve on, sometimes you won't sweat as much, which helps when it's 120 degrees outside.
Yeah. So
there's that.
that's it. So that's why I was like, I got a tan because I'm not getting any fucking sun exposure here.
No, that makes sense.
You got 1 month until everything opens back up.
Yeah, I gotta come correct.
Come correct. How are you doing? How is everything with you?
Ah, fuck! I wasn't hoping you wouldn't bring it up.
I knew you were gonna try to breeze past it.
If I was to do a scale of 1 to 10, I'd be a 6.9.
Do you just want me to feel sorry for you?
You're all 6.9 is almost a 7, dude.
No, because it's almost a 7, bro. Is it the opposite way? Like you want to be a little better, so you just want to be a little worse?
I just want to be a little worse, just hey.
I wish I could be a 7. I'm a 6.9.
Hey, bro, I wish I could be so lucky nowadays. No, I'm just kidding. If I was to rate myself, I'd probably say like around a 7. Obviously, like just stresses from work or from life or other things have it. But overall, the way I see it, I'm not going to make any complaints because, kind of like you said, I don't wake up every day anymore and hate my life.
Yeah.
Like I wake up and I generally want to get to work early, and do the things I want to do. I don't have outside of work and with Heaven's Demons and this, which is still a lot. I don't feel like I have much responsibilities other than Apollo. So it's like, bro, I could pretty much, granted, during those times, it's a lot of responsibility, but outside of that, it's like, oh, it's like it's like paradise. I could do whatever I want.
Yeah, when you take a step back, it's like you're really, it's not, it's you're having so much fun with it that the stuff that should be stress isn't really stress. But then that's how you know when you're coming across something that's really hard and really stressful. It's really fucking hard,
Like,
and it could take a toll on you.
it can, and I put it. I think about it like this: when I was working after college in Orange County, and I was working, you work 8 to 5, so you have your 8 hours of work, hour of lunch, so 9 hours. It wasn't that long, and the work wasn't hard, bro. But it was the most daunting, tedious, unmotivating work of my life. And those 9 hours felt like a whole day, bro. It felt like a whole day I was at work. I was like, this is like
Damn near a whole day.
was damn near a whole day. But I'll put it to you this way: I've worked, when it comes to like either like a construction company that I'm with, and then with us after, or whether it's doing something for Heaven's Demons after. Like I've had times where, this has been a 16-hour day. Like it's been like 2 jobs. I've worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it. Like even though it was hard, like laborious wise, and like I'm exhausted, dehydrated a little bit, but but I don't feel like dog shit when I go home. Like I don't feel like uninspired, or I don't feel, for lack of better terms, like just without hope. Like I just felt like I have motivation to keep doing it. Like I don't go home and I'm like, I have to do this again tomorrow.
Yeah. Which is,
It's kind
that's
of
like,
nuts to think about.
huh?
Which kind of nuts to think about, because you would think,
Well, and also when you were working your other job over there in Orange County, you started later than what you start now, so that's why it could add up to a 16-hour day.
yeah,
It's because now you start so much earlier that if you didn't have anything else after, you'd be done way earlier than you would if your other job. Like you'd be done by 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, maybe. And then now you have all this other stuff, so it kind of elongates your day. But this other stuff is fun, so it's like it doesn't really feel like anything. Because you can come into here and you're like, I gotta do this with the website. I could have a podcast playing, and I could do this how I want to do it. It's the freedom of doing things on your terms and your conditions.
yeah,
like,
and doing it to my liking.
yeah.
Which I still kind of did that at my previous job. Like I would listen to podcasts and do these things, but then when I just generally don't want to do the work, because I still did the work and I did well, but I didn't feel like I was making any real contribution to myself or society. I was like, this just feels like it's empty work.
Yeah.
Like there's
no real purpose.
Nah, there's nothing to it. Yeah. So I mean, overall, I feel like I'm at a 7. I'm gonna have 0 complaints.
No.
And I think I've been better mental health wise in terms of like speaking and communicating more and just getting thoughts out and how I feel. Because in the past I would never do that. I would just hold it all in. No. And I've texted you about certain things and like told you like how I feel, or and I do it with other friends or like family. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get it out.
Yeah, there's no sense in holding on to it.
No, because even then, like people have told me things like back in the like certain months ago, like they told me something and it was good to hear, and I'm like, I would have never guessed that. Like, thank you for telling me that, and that's how I'm trying to go like going forward, I guess. So
that's good.
There's that, folks.
Your guys' turn. Go check in on somebody.
Go check in and don't let us know, but just,
or you can let us know, whatever you want to do.
Hey, whatever you gotta do.
We're here.
But yeah, so mental health awareness month. Go ahead and check in.
Twister.
That's a tough one for me.
That's a real tough
one for me. But yeah, so we got to that topic. Do we want to start this week? You have a new segment that you're passionate about, so I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one. I thought it was pretty cool, which could be spent a lot of different ways.
Okay, so new segment.
New segment alert.
New segment on a new podcast.
What?
I'm gonna put the bedazzle. New segment.
New segment alert. New segment alert.
So new segment. I wanted to start. I talked with this with Arturo a while back, and I had a different name to it, and I wanted to bring it up again just because of we thrift. I thrift more often than he does, and I shop secondhand a lot. So I wanted to start the secondhand segment of just talking about stuff that either I've purchased, he purchased, whoever we bring on, whatever guest we have, which we have a guest locked in 2 weeks. Asking what secondhand stuff they've purchased.
Special guest alert.
Foreshadowing. We're gonna come back to it.
Go back to the future again.
But yeah, like the secondhand segment. Originally, it was what do we thrift this week, but I like the secondhand segment just because it's more open. It's you can talk about anything. Like this couch is secondhand. My outfit,
Cars are secondhand.
Cars are secondhand.
Homes,
yeah, unless you fucking built it. Yeah. So, like my Dickie pants and this Slipknot shirt are secondhand. Reason I thought about it is because I put the shirt on and I was telling Arturo I had this exact same shirt, not this exact one, but the same design from this merch drop from Slipknot. in 2005, 2006, and I wore this shirt so much in middle school. Like I think once a week I wore this shirt.
Minimum, probably.
Minimum, and I had like, I was the biggest, still huge Slipknot fan.
I'll put it to you this way: you told me about the shirt, and then you sent me the photo. Without you sending me the photo, I knew exactly what shirt you were talking about. Because I was like, oh, your Slipknot shirt. Yeah, I know what that looks like.
I only had the one Slipknot shirt. I had a like other Slipknot memorabilia, but this was the one that I loved. And over the years, like my dad had a still does. He doesn't believe in holding on to stuff. Like he's like, if you want something new, get rid of whatever you have. Like make space for whatever it is.
Yeah. So exactly how your dad is. My dad's the same way, and I know multiple men in my family are the same way. Like even like my brother-in-law is like that too.
Mm-hmm.
The women are the exact opposite. If you ever thought about it.
Yeah, my dad says my mom's a hoarder, and she's like, well,
every woman in my family is too.
She's like, well, I really like this, or like this is stuff that has to do with this, and it's like, yeah,
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. You
think
just want to fucking shed their skin and move on?
I guess. Yeah.
I guess, bro. I don't know what it is because I believed it too. I was like, oh yeah, well, you don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of clutter. Yeah, it makes sense.
That I get.
Yeah, because it could get overwhelming. But then I look at my dad. I'm like, bro, you got so much shit around here, like. It doesn't. It's just whether you want. You're just very selective on what you want around you.
You know what would be a good idea, and I just thought about this in terms of like all that extra clothes that you have that you're all, you know what, like you said, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Put that in a bin, and if you're lucky enough to have like a backyard or something, put it in like have a few bins, use it as storage. And you know what? In probably 2 years from now, you're like, oh fuck, I really want to wear that.
I
shirt.
have a bin in my closet of like a bunch of shirts that I bought like maybe 5-6 years ago, and I'm like, you know what, I really like this. I might like it in the future, and then I just have it put away.
Diamond supply?
Huh?
Do you have any? Bro,
I think it was my crew neck. I think I have one Diamond Supply crew neck.
Crew necks aren't bad. I like those.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to find a fucking Diamond Supply one a while back, and I was like, I wonder what happened to these.
My dad still has the beanie I gifted him, and he just found it randomly because I remember I gave it to him. He didn't want it, and he just like threw it somewhere. And then the other day I saw him wearing it. I'm like, bro, I gave this to you in 2013.
Wait, what kind of beanie was it?
It was like a Diamond Supply. It was from their mystery box drop.
Oh, I remember that.
Their holiday mystery box drop. It was black, and it had like a camo little diamond on it. It was like a camo back print, and then on the front was their diamond logo, and it said Diamond Supply on the side.
That's pretty rad.
And I saw it, and I'm like, bro, I gave this to you in 2013. So, oh yeah, I just found it. I'm like, what?
That's a older generation man for you.
Yeah, and so like that's how I grew up. So I just kept donate. Like I would donate stuff. I wouldn't throw it away. I would donate. Like
we're the same way.
Every month I would, every month to 2 months I would just cycle out clothes and go donate them. I'm like, somebody else can have this. Mm-hmm. And this was one of the shirts. And not funny enough, but like I'm always on Poshmark. I'm always just looking to see, and I was like, let me just type Slipknot in, and like I'm scrolling, and I have my filter set to our XL, certain sizes, so that's all I see. I'm not gonna see anything that's in a fucking small. I have no reason to. I have no purpose for it.
You don't want a crop
top? Huh? What?
I was like, you don't want a crop top?
Oh, it wouldn't fit my shoulders.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We're
gonna try to bring it back, folks. Don't worry.
No, I'm working on it. I got a couple hoodies.
Kid Cudi could do it. We could do it.
You can do it, bro. I just gotta keep jump roping outside.
Yeah, I mean, we don't look like Kid Cudi either, but I mean, it's not good. We'll get there.
Hey, cover it up with tattoos. It's the best. That's what I've seen. It's the best way to go about it.
It's not a bad strategy, but go on.
And so I saw this shirt, immediately bought it. I didn't even haggle the price. I just bought it. And as soon as I put it on, I was like, I feel like I'm in 6th grade. Weird parallel, but I feel like that same happiness.
Yep.
Of like I'm wearing it from 2006, and I'm like, bro, this is insane. So like when it comes to the secondhand segment, I just want to talk about like certain stuff we thrifted, because I'm speaking with Arturo, like I believe thrifting is so big amongst our generation because we have buying power to buy all the stuff that we wanted to have when we were kids, but we couldn't buy, or stuff that we had that we lost and we want to buy again.
Yeah. And
you just stumble across it, and it brings you back to that exact moment of when you had a certain backpack, or you had a certain type of something, a certain hat, a certain shirt, certain pants. So yeah, that's this segment. That was
I'll be honest, bro. Whenever, like, there's a specific Colorado Rockies hat. Fucking Christ.
We're gonna get through it. Don't worry.
A Colorado Rockies hat that I had bro, when
Yeah.
I was younger, and I bought it later on in life, and every time I put it on, bro, I feel like there is something either really good or really bad gonna happen, because for whatever reason, whenever I wore that hat, that's what happened. Like it just, that hat had certain energy or certain powers, attraction, call it what you want. But every time I put it on, I was like, oh. But yeah, second hand segment, I think it's a good segment, because, and even then, I go to cars, it could be flipped to a lot of different things, because especially, and I think it's just common amongst like maybe immigrants or whatever. Like we tend to not want to throw anything away, because something can always have value. Maybe not to us, but maybe somebody we know.
And that's applied to a lot of different things, because when we ate this past week on Friday, DJ's Louisiana Chicken.
Bomb, by the way.
Bomb. Ooh. Marcel, he grabbed the box and he's like, hey, we don't throw away food. He's like, my mom would slap you if you try to throw away this food.
That's a perfectly good sauce.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw it away.
You're gonna throw it away? Like, no. Somebody got to eat this.
It applies to everything, bro. Like it's funny, because in my household, we do not even bring it up anymore. Like if you're gonna throw away your mattress because it's 10 years old, don't bring it up. Just throw it out. Don't tell my mom. Don't tell my dad, because they will find a way to get it in that house. And I'm all, guys, we don't need these old ass beds anymore. Like they're not even that good.
Yeah.
But they're all, nope.
You're out, there's springs sticking
Hey, you
out
know
of
what?
this.
Your kid in 4 years, your kid in 7 years might need this.
What? I hope I could buy a mattress for my kid in 7 years.
That's my thought too. But they don't think like that with a lot of different things. Clothes too.
Bro, my dad's different, to where I remember his sister just got an apartment, and this dude told me, he's like, hey, your tia needs your box spring, or no, your bed frame. And I'm like, kind of using it.
So what am I gonna use?
Yeah, so what am I gonna use? We'll just get you another one. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you're gonna buy me another? I have a perfectly good. She needs it, Adam Anthony, more than you do. I'm like, I'm kind of using it.
but this is mine.
Yeah, kind of using it, dude. He's all, we'll fucking figure it out. Gave it away. I'm like, bro. So when are we gonna get this thing? He's like, oh, fucking figure it out. Just as soon as he sees somebody with the need, sacrifice, give it. But he's like, that's beyond me. You got to figure this out now.
It'll work out.
Adam, you can figure that out.
Just give it time.
I'm like, bro, it'd be easier if you just bought her the box spring. Why would I do that? You have a perfectly good one.
In his mind, I bought the one that that one you have, I bought you. Yeah. So that is mine. So I'm gonna give it to her.
Yeah. And I'm like, I guess that works.
I mean, I guess, man. There's different ways to do.
There's different ways to go about it, but yeah, man. Where was I going with this?
Second hat segment.
Yeah, second hat segment. Yeah. So I think that's why it's so big with us, like our generation. EJ thrifts a lot. Alec thrifts a lot. Shout out to Mata Return of the Goods. He has a whole company based off of it. Reselling.
Great company.
Great.
He does, and it's interesting. We'll have him on, I'm sure, eventually. But there's different ways to do it, and he's more of the type of guy that he loves his. Obviously, there's a business and there's money to be made, but he could gouge people for the actual prices of what they go for, but he chooses not to do that.
Well, bro, I have an Alkaline Trio shirt that's worth $200 that he gave to me for less than half the price.
Yeah, like in his mind, he's like, yeah, I could have put it on Poshmark, whatever. That's $200, but it goes to somebody I don't know, I don't care about. Like he'd rather give it to somebody in his community that he knows he's gonna love, and not even just that, bro. He can tell you a story about almost every single shirt.
He could tell you, every shirt. It's like he has a fucking Rolodex in his mind of every shirt in his inventory. I was just there on Saturday. That's where I got a couple other shirts, and he's like, oh yeah, that shirt I picked at this bin. It's this design that was made in here, that was made at this part. Like, he could tell you everything about it. He could tell you if it's a Nike. He's like, you see, in this year, between this time period and this time period, Nike was putting their Nike logo in this placement with this, and like this specific color check mark was for this collection or for this. It's like, it's so cool because you get a whole experience out of it. And then you ask him the price, like, oh yeah, it's going to be the X amount of dollars. You're like, wait, what? It's only this much? Like, oh yeah. Versus you could go online and it's like triple the price of what he's asking for.
Easily on some of the stuff I remember I bought that USC kind of like starter jacket, and I was like, oh, that I was looking at it, I was like, oh, this, because there was like some cool stuff that I was like, oh, that's gonna be at least like 150 minimum. It's like, nah, bro, and it was like a third of the price. Yeah, I think
something like that. And if he knows that it's gonna go to somebody that can appreciate it, he doesn't even care. He doesn't even care. He's like, oh, I'll give you it for whatever.
Good dude, though. Good dude.
Yeah, just at least give me this amount of profit on top of it, which was one thing I wanted to bring up with the secondhand segment is like, there's people that make a business off of this. I mean, it kind of parallels the resale industry. in this one, it's to me, it's more fucked up. The ones that charge insane amounts for stuff that you got for $1. It's like the morality of it. It's like,
because what are those thrift shops intended for? Who do you think they're intended for?
for homeless people.
There you go. For low income people.
Oh no, and then they got the whole game's fucked up right now is because of reselling.
Yeah.
Because all the non-profit, like the Angel Views and Goodwills, Martha's Village, they up their prices because they know you're taking their item for $1 and selling it for like 70 to 100.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, what's going on?
Now you just fucked over the people that actually needed it for $2.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put it to you this way. For those people, because we weren't really big on thrifting as kids, but we were big. My mom was big on like taking us to,
And
like
donating.
Marshalls or stuff like that, where shirts would be very cheap and they'd be
You
like
get the misprints and
$4 a shirt, $3.
something. There's something wrong with the shirt. It's not perfect.
Yeah, obviously not. I got most of my clothes from places like that, but which is fine. But it's kind of similar to that in that aspect.
It serves a purpose.
Yeah, it serves a purpose. So it'd be that equivalent of people going into like Marshalls or whatever and going into there and trying to reselling it, and then now it's like, oh fuck, now my shirts cost $9. Now my mom can't buy me 8 shirts. Now it's only gonna be 4. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like that. It's the equivalent of that, and I don't think people realize that and we know plenty of people because think about it. The amount of times you've been thrifting, you ran into people that do it for like a very lucrative like living.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see it like that, and you see how they move, I don't know about you. I'll speak for me personally, but it turns me off as a person. It's like,
Yeah.
I get it. Like, good for you. Go ahead and flip things and make your money, whatever. But at some point, like when you start doing things that affect people beneath you that actually need this, I got a problem with it. Like,
It's all about how you go about things. Intention goes a long way.
Yeah.
It's how you go about it, because I love buying. I used to buy from Alec. He kind of stopped with the repurposing stuff and focus on his own collection. And I bought from him because I have a personal relationship with Alec.
Yeah.
And like I know he's a good dude and this is good stuff. He's not trying to make, an insane profit off of it, but it is, at the end of the day, it is a business.
Yeah.
What they're doing, because they took the time to pick this. Like Mata goes to fucking San Diego, Arizona.
he goes to different states.
He goes to different states to grab these items for people, and he's told me several times like, oh, I picked this shirt with you in mind. Like I saw this and like Adam would appreciate that. He's like, I hope it's an XL because he won't buy anything smaller than that. But like,
Yeah.
And it's just like this. So I buy from Mata, and it's like he's a good dude. It's for a good purpose. It's just he loves it so much, and he wants other people to have it, and he knows it's like the opposite end of the resale stuff, where he's like, look, I know I'm not gonna make a crazy amount of money off it, but I'm not in it for that, and I know you're gonna want to come to me because you're not gonna want to go to this person because they're selling it for 5 times the price versus me. I'm just trying to make double.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate here with this. Shocker. What about the people that are like, look, this is something I'm passionate about, I really want to do, but I also have kids and also have a mortgage and I also have all these things that I need thousands of dollars a month, absolutely needed to survive.
Yeah.
I guess what would be your counter argument for that?
I say there's a market for everything.
Yeah.
Just like, there's designers that I like, that I look up to, that currently right now I wouldn't buy any of their products because it live within my means. I can't afford, to buy a Rude collection right now. Like I could buy a shirt, but I'm only getting one shirt.
Yeah.
I can't buy multiple.
I like to buy the Rude hat.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm getting this month.
That's all you're getting. Versus I'm not his demographic.
No.
The people that person's trying to sell to with their, their vintage stuff that they thrifted, there's a certain market. Like there's a guy that Jerry Lorenzo did a collab with. I'm forgetting the guy's name, and it sucks that I'm forgetting his name, but he's very well known. He sells to celebrities, athletes.
Oh, the thrifting.
Yeah, thrifting.
Yeah. I know
That's all he does. He
Yeah.
curates shirts. He'll distress. He'll make them one of one.
Yeah.
For them, and he sells it for insane fucking prices. But also look at who he's selling to. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to fault that guy. But also, that guy's not walking into my neighborhood, or he's not coming into the office and saying, like, hey, I got a $5,000 shirt for you. It's like, I don't, what? Sorry, bro. I have other things that I got to. He's going to somebody where, to me, what's $50 to me is that to somebody else. Like 5,000 could be $50 to them. It's like, oh yeah, no, I need this. And it's like, yeah. So I can see that. It's just the other people that are trying to give luxury prices to a demographic that can't afford it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
And not even just that. I feel like when you make brand new clothes and you manufacture your own clothes, you can do things a little different. You can do that to tailor the market to those people, and it's not going to affect anybody else that's doing it in a different market. This is kind of different because both coincide, because the thrift stores are the same suppliers, whether it's granted in different locations. Black's over there.
It's because I started squeaking.
I know, he's sounding fucking SpongeBob with his boots. But it's like the same suppliers, so one is affecting the other. Like the same people that probably are at those huge expensive stores are probably thrifting in similar areas to the other people that are trying to do it, not to make a killing off of it or make an elaborate living, but they coincide. So there's something to be said about that too. New fashion versus thrifting. I think it's two different markets, and one is hit a lot different than the other.
I'll say this. I try to make that parallel, but when it comes to secondhand, it's like, yeah, it's different because if you take that shirt, I don't have an opportunity to grab that shirt.
Yeah.
And I miss out on that. And then if you wipe all the good shit from this spot, I don't have enough. Like, if I'm trying to buy some stuff and I can't afford to buy brand new clothes, and I'm trying to just give my kids some clothes, and you took all the good stuff.
Some good clothes.
And you took all the good shit, and I'm like, okay, so I guess I'll just figure something out with whatever's
like, damn,
left
my
here.
son's a huge Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I really wish that there was a nice starter jacket, or there was a nice, like, cool tee that was for $4. He would have loved that.
Yeah.
But now you fucking took it.
Yeah.
And you resold it for $100. It's like,
yeah.
Come on. Now.
It's there's a lot. I mean, it could be that. It's at the end of the day, it's a moral thing, and it's who's your demographic, and there's a lot of shit that goes into it. But definitely the resellers fuck everything up, because then now, how we said earlier, all the thrift stores are upping their prices for you to buy, and it's like, it sucks. It sucks all the way around. But only really one person's benefiting, and it's whoever's selling it for as much as they can.
Yeah.
Like, the thrift stores are making money because so many people are going in there to buy.
Yeah.
So then that money goes right back into the community that they're trying to help. But for the other people that are going in and try to clothe themselves because they can't afford anywhere else,
That's
it's kind of
one.
It's
That's a
fucked
tough
up.
one.
Yeah. But
how would you feel if we made it on a resale, like, market, I guess?
if one of our shirts did,
Yeah, one of our collections.
I know we
Would
made
you
it.
feel, so you feel you made it?
I would. If
would you
somebody
still-
if somebody were to resell like that shirt that you're wearing,
First
we're
collection zero.
Collection zero. We're probably never gonna redo that exact shirt and colorway.
No.
We might redo the design, but not that colorway. If somebody were to resell that, and I'm like, that's cool, because I'm not making that again. But if it was every item that I made ended up on resale, I'd feel like, oh shit, like maybe I shouldn't do such a limited, or maybe I should make more. And then but maybe that hurts. It's like a conversation you have to have with yourself, because then maybe it hurts your value.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
you're so like open. Like, well, I know where I see myself in 5 years, 10 years, where I want to eventually get to.
Right.
But yeah, I think it'd be cool if I saw like collection zero up there. But if it's a shirt that I just dropped and it's already on being resold, I'd be like, I
Yeah,
should
like
probably make more.
let's say in the future you have
Yeah.
this badass hoodie,
Mm-hmm.
$160. That's what you sell it for,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're seeing it resell for like $350, $400. Like, fuck, I know a lot of people aren't gonna be able to afford that.
So I'd probably
I guess like
I
how
just
do you
have
even go
more
about
access.
that?
I'd have
Yeah.
more accessibility. Like, I would kind of what we do now is we give early access to people that have been with us since day one.
Yeah.
Like, I know where I eventually want to take the brand, and I know sometime, like, when I get to where I want to get to, my prices are going to phase some people out. But I'm probably going to cater to people that I want to cater to, and like
Because and even then you're gonna be doing things that aren't feasible at the same prices.
Yeah.
Like, you want to make a custom jacket, and then
my custom jacket's not gonna be $50. It's not gonna be $70.
Bro, that's gonna be your cost.
Yeah, like the custom cobijas that we did. My cost was about 110, I think, for the first one. 110. It's like, and when I tell people how much it costs, and they're like, oh, and they just like walk away. It's like, wait, hold on a second. I saw you flex your fucking Louis V wallet and your Louis V bag.
What about your Gucci
I'm
shoes?
not one to tell people what they can and can't spend their money on. That's not what I'm saying. But don't go around devaluing other people's stuff that
Well, it's
they're
because
creating.
they see you or me or anybody else in the community, and they see us and they're all, but why would I give you all that money? I'd rather just give it to a designer with a really known well name and brand.
Yeah. Oh, I saw so and so wearing this. It's like, okay.
Cool.
And you're a certain type of person.
Yeah, cool. What does that do for you though?
Yeah, that you're a certain type of person. To them, it's about status.
Yeah.
And I can tell you for the longest time, bro, when I was growing up, I wanted a Louis V backpack because I saw Lil Wayne and I saw Kanye wearing it.
True.
And I still want one. I still would want one.
Yeah.
Because I think it's fucking dope. But I want a real one. I know there's a lot of people walking around with fakes.
Fake ones.
And I contemplated that at one point in my life, but like, do I really want to be that person that's walking around with a fake Louis Vuitton bag, or do I want to be that person that could afford to buy 3 of these?
Yeah.
No, I want to be the person that, if, like my dad said, if you can't buy it twice, then don't buy it. I want to get myself to a point to where I can afford to buy this bag and it doesn't hurt me at all.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it on Afterpay. I'm not putting it on these other things. But for some people, that's what they really want. I'm not going to tell you you're right or wrong for where you spend your money. Just don't go devalue other people. Like, when I see people post their stuff that they're selling, I'm not walking around like, you should sell that for less. Never once said that before.
Or why do you think your stuff's valued at that?
No, it's like, no, you're telling me your value. I have the choice whether I want to buy it or not.
And that's end all be all.
That's end all be all. There's no conversation after that.
Yeah, hey, bro, I never hear anybody ask Louis Vuitton, but why is it 3,000? Why can't you do it like 1,500?
There's no negotiations that go on.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You don't gotta buy it.
If anything, I've gone to people and said, you could charge more for that.
I've said that too.
I've like, you could charge more for that shirt. And then like, or when I ask, like, you could charge more, I'll phrase it differently. Instead of just straight up saying like, why'd you charge that? Why are you asking for that much? I'd say, you could ask more for that. Why did you choose X amount?
I would say, I would say the number that I think it should be valued at. I'd be like, I'd pay this much for that.
I say that just so they can, like, I don't want to directly put a value on it.
No.
I don't want to. So I wouldn't say like, I'd pay this amount and you're charging that, because then it's like, no, I want them to kind of like spark it in their head of like, wait, how much do you think this is worth?
And most people
I know what, like, to get them in that mindset.
And that's good, because most of those people that are in that mindset, if you told them, yeah, I would charge maybe, let's just throw a number, let's just say double it. But they're all, but I really don't do this to try and gouge people's eyes out. I want to make clothes accessible for people in my community, and that's fine. So they're probably not going to double it. They're probably going to go, well, I could
find a happy medium or
find
something.
a happy medium, like, I could do like $7 more or just something like that. Nothing to where it's gouging and it's like, it's going to break your wallet.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said about that too, because you don't want to phase out all of your customers, but you also don't want to do things to barely like get by either.
And that's the thing that for anybody that's starting a company, a small business, clothing line, you have to ask yourself, what customers do you want? What customer do you want? Do you want the customer that's always going to ask you for a discount? Do you want the customer that's always going to ask you for, a promo code, or I could wear this and, I'll get you 5 more customers? It's like, no. You can't guarantee me you're going to get me more customers. You can't guarantee. There's nothing you can guarantee.
But even if you did, I wouldn't want those customers.
Yeah. And then it's like, if you're going to promo and like, give me a shirt, I'll wear it. Give me a discount code that I could use for promo so you could see how many people go, yeah, but I'm also not going to keep devaluing myself to meet your standards. I'm never going to.
Unless your name is Future, unless there's a list of people that we've talked about.
There's people that I would.
I wouldn't even charge them. Yeah, no, there you go.
And there's people that have been with us since day one that I would just give something to. Like, to me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And those people, I'm never going to forget those people. I'm never going to forget the people that supported from day one, that didn't ask for a discount, that just were like, just send me the link.
Yeah, always kind of rode with this.
Yeah. I'm never going to forget those people. I'm always going to, people don't remember what you say, but they remember how you made them feel. It's like I'm gonna remember each transaction. Like I love when we first started, we still are gonna do the will call, like interacting with people. So I can see like what made you buy this? Did you just buy it off of like, oh, it's just me, or did you buy it off of like, did you actually love the design, or is it both things? I want to know, so that way like you're in that moment you become my target audience. So it's like I also want to find that medium of like I want to create something that we both love.
Yeah. Like that's why the feedback's always good. Like regardless of who it is, we'll get feedback from people that aren't even that close to us, but it's still good to hear because it's like, you know what, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
And you take things with a grain of salt because sometimes like, yeah, that makes sense, but also not my type of audience or not really the concept we want to go with. But it's always good to have those organic interactions because in the long term, that's where your longevity comes into place. When it's not organic, if we would have give promo codes to people that just want them because they're I don't feel like I should pay and I'm gonna promote your shit and this and that. I'm gonna be honest, that unorganic way of getting that audience that you want, it's not gonna last. Like
it's not gonna last.
Here today, gone tomorrow. It's gonna be one of those things, and you don't want that. Just like, bro, like how you do one thing is how you do everything. I don't want that relationships with my friends, whether it's an intimate relationship, whether it's relationships with my family. I don't want anything that's unorganic. Like everything needs to be genuine and authentic. If not, why are you doing it?
Yeah. Like you start giving discounts, you'll always give a discount. If you start giving away stuff for free to people, you're always going to do that.
Always.
So it's like I wanted to stand firm on my price. We did give discounts to people that actually showed love, that didn't complain about anything, like, and they used it.
Yeah, we used it on our second job because obviously like there were hoodies and there things that obviously it just cost more, so we know like okay they're gonna be a little bit more pricey. But for the people that were always there with us from the first shop, it's like yeah, like I don't mind cutting dollars off somebody that was there for us when they didn't need to be.
It's up to the person who's selling whether or not they want to give a discount. You shouldn't ask. Like we go fucking on, I remember what website was it, like you would type in coupon for such and such company,
yeah,
and you would try to use coupons on that. Go ahead, do that all you want, some corporation, but you don't go to people that you know or people locally in your community and say like, oh yeah, I would buy it if it was this price. It's like, hey bro, in this life you have freedom of choice. I had the freedom to choose this price. You have the freedom whether or not you want to buy this shit.
Which, by the way, like I don't want to make this like a whole corporation versus a small business, but I have studied, and the way it's always been, the more you deprive and the more you shrink that small business is the more you're going to shrink your middle class, and in turn you're going to have a wealth gap. That's why the corporations can charge what they want. Hey bro, yeah, I'm sure Gap can make a shirt and make good profit at $15. You know why? Because they have the demand to where they can make a shirt for 10 cents. And yeah, they guarantee it's good ROI for them. But you know what you're going to do at that turn? You're going to drive out every other small business consumer or every small business that has the same type of demand. And then you hurt your community that way. Because when you hurt small businesses, your community's not going to flourish. Then you're just going to have low class and everything else. There's going to be no in between. And when you have that, when there's no in between, bro, it causes so much problems with its gentrification, outside people coming in. It's just a nightmare. So the more you, like, I even think about it like this. I don't even like sometimes going to stores. I'd rather go to a liquor store because I know it's a family who owns it. Yeah. Am I going to pay 50 more cents for my water? Yeah. But that doesn't matter because I'm not giving always all my money to Walmart or Food for Less or all these huge corporations because it's going to help out that family instead.
Yeah.
Like there's something to be said about that. Like I try to think about that in every aspect of life, whether it's fashion, food, service, just a bunch of different things.
Yeah. It's a healthy
so don't
way
hurt
to
your.
think about it.
I would say it like this: don't hurt your community because you think you're gonna hurt your pockets.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that.
That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, like it's cool if you really. It's all about respect at the end of the day. If you really respect that person, if you really respect their design, if you really respect their brand, if you respect everything they stand for, then you should also respect their price.
Yeah.
And you can choose. You don't have to say anything to them about their price. You don't have to say anything to them about a discount. Like if you go to their website, you go to click checkout, and you don't like the price, guess what? You can just exit out and not say anything. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say like, oh, if it was this price, I would have supported you. It's like, oh, so then you really didn't want to support me at all.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just weird how stuff goes. And just operate that because we're all consumers.
Yeah.
So operate with that like, oh, maybe I shouldn't tell this person, yeah, no, if this was less, I would, or if they gave me a discount, I would buy. It's like, no, don't even say that. Just let them be. Give your critiques of whether you like the colors they chose, whether this and that and third, like give honest constructive criticism. And which leads me to something I saw over the weekend.
Oh yeah, I didn't see this, but
Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Glad I did, I guess.
I guess I'm blessed I saw this shit.
There, Warren Lotus is a streetwear designer. That's what he's labeled as. He's a designer. He has a brand.
For those of you who saw the Super Bowl, the guy who did the weekend merchandise Super Bowl collab type of thing, he's the one who designed
He's
it.
the one, yeah. He does hand-drawn, all of his stuff is hand-drawn illustrations, which I think is dope.
That's very impressive.
I think it's dope that he draws everything by hand, which then gets, onto Adobe Illustrator, and then that gets mass-produced. He's not hand-drawing every single fucking one.
No?
No.
Shocker.
But I can't draw like that. So I respect it. It's like, bro, I can't draw that shit. He had a drop before this one. He's been going crazy right now with his collabs. A couple drops ago, he did a Lakers collab.
I saw it, yeah.
And LeBron was wearing it courtside. Fire hoodie. I didn't have a chance to get it. One of my friends, she got it.
I'm assuming it was rather pricey.
Yeah, I think was like 180 for it.
It's
But it's a hard ass hoodie, and I was like, fuck. I could see
pay
myself
that money.
buying it, but it was so hard to get. I think the website crashed.
Yeah.
But he does super exclusive drops. They're only open for a certain amount of time. He blew up a few years ago. Travis Scott spotted his brand and wore one of his shirts, I believe, one of his designs, and then out of here. I think this was like in 2017 or 2018. Ever since then, he's just been on an upward track, and he does do a lot of cool shit. There's some stuff that I just wouldn't see myself wearing, which was the Dodge Demon collab. I think.
Come on, Dodge.
There was one design that I liked. There was just one design that I liked. The rest I wasn't a huge fan of. You haven't seen it, but he didn't design his own car. It was so obscure because like he had like the way he built this lead up. It made it seem like he designed it because like The Weeknd designed his own car.
Yeah.
Virgil designed his own car, and you're like, he's already designing his own fucking car.
Like how fast does this guy move?
Yeah, how fast? It's 3 years.
Or like Chrome Hearts.
Yeah.
And the Drake Maybach.
But Chrome Hearts have been around since the 70s or 80s. But it's just like, did he already do his own Dodge Demon? No. It's just a collab. He made merchandise, collabed with Dodge for their Dodge Challenger Demon, and he made art illustrations inspired by that. I'm gonna open it up on my handy dandy laptop.
We'll go ahead and do that. Which is pretty cool. I've always liked people who've done that. Luigi did it with McLaren recently. The owner, designer, main guy of Rude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Does Heaven's Demons want to do one with Ram and possibly GMC in the future? Maybe.
Fucking
Hey,
any not any car.
No, I wouldn't
I
say
could
any
see
car.
I could see a Heaven's Demons Tesla.
I could see. I could even see one for a Heltima.
Hey, we get on it.
Hey, bro, a Honda? Okay, let me see here. All right, this is the Warren Lotus.
Dodge
Demon.
collab. SRT. It's kind of not really buffering.
I've been there, right?
Zoomed in. I'm zoomed
No, I
the
know.
fuck in.
How do I put
That's
it to you
as
this way?
close as I can go.
The mark of the beast. So he ran with it. He
No,
ran
he-
with the hell demon. He ran with it. He put a quote from Shakespeare on here. Oh, God damn it. Gotta turn that off. Takes you back.
Probably not. I'll say this. I'm not. when I see a shirt that has a lot going on, that doesn't turn me off. Because I'm always, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
It's,
So it's basically three different illustrations. 3.
I don't know why he would do that one. The middle one, the Grim Reaper in blue, not a fan of. I don't know really how.
Oh yeah, so he's got like 4 different.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
I'll say this. It's a lot going on. Do I think it's a little bit of an overkill? Yes. Not because there's a lot, not because of how much is on there, but the amount of same things. Like there's a demon on it. There's a demon, the icon obviously, and then there's a demon, the actual drawing of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like he.
Not a that one I absolutely don't like.
No, and that's when I said
Absolutely.
the Grim Reaper.
This one, cool.
You see, that one's not too bad. That one's not too bad.
This one, The
Not a
Mark
fan
of the
of.
Beast. I'm not the biggest fan. I like this one down here where it says "Hell is empty, all the devils are here."
Yeah.
Shakespeare quote that I learned. Shout out to Ari for telling me that.
To be or
I
not-
thought it was a. I
To
thought
be
it
or
was
not to be.
Huh? Something like that. I thought it was just from the show Westworld because I've been binging the fuck out of that. And they say that in the show, "Hell is empty, all the devils are here." And then I remembered when she said, "Oh, it's Shakespeare." I'm like, I remembered the character that said it. One of their roles was an English professor that was obsessed with Shakespeare, and I'm like, that makes sense.
Okay, go down. You see, okay, go. Keep going. Keep going down.
It's the same illustration.
It's
but
just
on
on
the
a
back.
hoodie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, scroll up because there's a long sleeve T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's look. I'll say this.
I think all the demons on the sleeves are a little bit of overkill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a little bit of overkill, especially you have the same design, the same symbol, just like this.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, yeah, just like this, and then that same symbol is also up here. So it just seems like a lot, and
It's a lot.
yeah, I personally love when there's designs and stuff on the sleeves. When it's like that or like on the back, like tastefully, I'm a whore for that type of stuff. I said that right.
Yep.
But it's
Like his shoes. I mean, it's his Reaper shoe that he just dropped, but he did a specific colorway.
that shoe's not. I mean, that shoe's
Yeah.
not too bad. I
It's
don't
not
think
too bad.
I probably wouldn't buy it, but
No, I wouldn't.
I know
I'm
there's
telling you
probably
right
a lot of people that would love that shoe.
Yeah.
So I'll say that.
No, yeah. He had his
I like
own
the
keys.
keychain. I think that's cool. There's not much to it, but I mean, it's simple.
It just looks. I don't need it to look that way. Like I love the chain aspect, but I think he redesigned like even the buttons,
emblems.
the
Yeah,
emblems and
yeah.
everything. And I'm like, just keep the original emblems. Like, I don't know. I like my shit to look more streamlined. I love the chain aspect. I love.
Agreed,
that.
but nothing about this is streamlined.
That's probably why I don't like it. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
yeah.
That's exactly why I
Yeah.
don't like. I'm not the biggest fan. Like I can appreciate it for what it is.
I
Like,
would say
can't
that
fucking draw
I'll
like
say
that.
this, Adam. If the rest of that was an overkill and streamlined, I don't think you would mind one accessory to be a little bit
No, I wouldn't.
over the top.
But since it's all, that's kind of like, that's the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like not his calling card, but that's just what he does.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool hat. I mean, I wouldn't wear that specific one, but I like the red demon that's on it. I would like it on a hat like this or a different style of hat. I don't really like those styles of hats. I barely started getting into wearing hats. So.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is the drop, and
interesting.
interesting.
I'm sure-
I'm not gonna
and-
tell you the price.
No, I don't tell me the price, but I am sure they sold out.
Oh yeah, sold out.
And I'm sure they're probably already going to start reselling. So good for him. He's got a market.
Yeah.
He definitely has a market. Do I love it? No.
Yeah, it's not to say hit or miss with his stuff, but there's a demographic for it.
Like the Weekend Super Bowl, I thought those are cool. I
Yeah.
knew I could never afford that, but I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Like maybe if he didn't have all the
I
buildings in the
think
background.
these two are my favorite. These two.
Yeah.
I don't like the car in the middle. I get it though because it has to deal with the Dodge Demon car.
Yeah, but
get
I
it.
think you can convey that this is a Dodge Demon collab without having a car on
without
it.
having to put the car there.
Yeah, like if you have to put the car in it, maybe you're not. Oh no, I can't. Well,
No,
I'm
no,
not
don't,
wearing
nah,
Lotus.
don't. Nah.
Yeah.
I know what you're gonna say, but no.
Yeah.
It just looks, it just looks funny to me. I swear, I'm just honest critiques. It looks funny because everything is so hand drawn, illustrated. This, and then the car looks way more modern.
Yeah.
Than what everything's kind of going around. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just said plain and simple. I'm not the biggest.
But
fan.
also, yeah, it's everybody has different styles too. Like I could, especially that long sleeve with the
Mhm.
I know I could see a lot of people wearing that one, or
Yeah.
even the hoodie ones with that design on it. That
Yeah.
first one, I know I could see a lot of people buying that one.
Yeah.
Which on a hoodie, that's also not too bad either, because a hoodie is a lot of material, so it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like too much.
Yeah.
So interesting. And there's nothing on the front, or is that the front?
These are all the backs.
What's on the front of that demon one?
Well, this is just the layout. I can't. His website's down.
Oh, okay.
He took because they sold out, so he shuts down his website.
Interesting. Yeah, it's not too. Actually, when it's on a hoodie, it's not too bad. On a shirt,
No.
it's a little much, but
On a shirt, overwhelming. On the back of a hoodie, it's cool.
yeah, interesting.
That's something that I've had to learn as well with well, don't type P. I'm gonna just close it.
Fucking just fucking toss it. Come on, you didn't need to fucking throw
That's
that.
something I've had to learn with what can go on what. Like for certain stuff, it'd be overwhelming on a shirt because it's such a small area you're working with, surface area, positioning, all that. I didn't go to school for graphic design. I never once.
You barely were in school, period.
Yeah, so I don't know I know there's laws to design.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I love about it is I could give a fuck about the laws of design. I could care less because to me it's more natural and organic. Like, no, I'm creating something. I know there's certain principles and stuff that you kind of need to know. Like the Ride the Line shirt, that probably goes against a lot of principles of design.
A lot.
But it looks cool. It looks cool. Like that's one of my favorite designs I've done just because of how the silhouette, how it just looks dope as fuck. I'm really proud of that one. But you know, most people wouldn't have done that. And that's why it's like, well, if you operate on certain principles and like if you're traditionally taught, then that's how you're going to practice.
Yeah.
If you're learning things organically and just being out there, I remember I had a conversation with a mentor of mine, and he told me just go out and
Future?
live life. No, but just go out and live life and let everything come to you because you're learning things the way it's supposed to. Like you're not traditionally taught. You're just being. Same thing with painting. There's people that can go to school for art. And then there's other people that they just paint every day.
Yeah, they've never stepped foot inside of an art institute.
And everything they do is probably fucking wrong. But that's how you develop your own unique style and taste. And when it comes to designing clothes, you can apply that same thought, and it's something that you genuinely want to do. It's something for you. Now, how you go about there's some stuff that's just not possible to do on a shirt.
Yeah.
There's certain stuff that's not possible to do. Or there's stuff that's possible to do, but just not on a shirt. It's possible on a long sleeve, or it's possible on a hoodie.
Yeah.
Or, you know, there's certain stuff you can do with shorts that you just can't do with other things. It's just stuff that you learn through the way. Like I probably would not buy any of those shirts, but that hoodie, I'd go in on.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, there's more stuff to take away from just that. Because like when you wear a shirt, you're just looking here. But when you have more to the garment, there's other stuff where people can look at.
Yeah, your eyes just naturally adapt to like, okay, now my peripherals are big. I gotta focus on a lot.
Let me look at the whole thing now versus just this. So yeah, some of those things on the. I would get that. I fucking wish he would have did the keychain better, but also it's his fucking style.
Yeah.
So what do I know, bro? I don't have a fucking Dodge Demon collab.
No, you don't.
What do I know, bro?
Well, but
fucking
yeah,
know.
and also everything. There's something for everybody out
Yeah.
there. He has his audience, and that's fine. He's gonna tailor to that audience, and he's gonna keep moving and keep it going. And his
And I wish
longevity.
nothing but success.
Hey, nothing but success. His
But
longevity
God,
will be his longevity.
I have seen what you've done for others.
Others, if you could only, if you could only do half of that, quarter. Question mark.
Question mark. LOL. Yeah. No.
Interesting.
I like seeing stuff like that though.
But I kind of want to talk about the whole back of your principle, like the
Yeah.
principles of design. Yes, I agree. Is there things that are probably tailored to be a certain way? Yes, absolutely. But with that being said, everybody's different in how they do things, and it's not like I also don't like. I've heard the expression before of like, oh, you're just doing it to be different. Maybe, or maybe nobody's really the exact same. So they have a different interpretation of what they think it should be or what they think it should like. And whether you like it or not, that's up to you. But they're doing it based off them.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of agree, and that's why it's probably good that you. Well, I mean, it'd be good to be more knowledgeable about designing and stuff, but you didn't go to those schools, so you don't have any preconceived notions already going into it, because then you're already put in a box.
Yeah. The only thing I have is watching.
Yeah.
Like and just being, you know, having a actual genuine love for clothes and how clothes look and how stuff should be worn and style and, you know, colors, and everything I've done in my life led me to here. Like, I worked at Sherwin-Williams for almost 5 years, and I learned about what colors go well together. I learned about, you know, kind of what colors I even like. I learned there's just so many different types of bases of blue.
You're all,
that
what?
In gray, there's different bases to every color, and it's like, oh, okay, this
This is a
makes
white
sense.
blue. Oh, this is a
Yeah.
white gray. Wait, what?
Yeah, this is a blue gray. This is a fucking green gray. This, like, wait, I thought there was just gray. No. There's so many other colors that
My
that
dog
are
just said
here.
gray.
Huh?
My dog said dark gray, light gray.
Dark gray, light gray, lighter gray, darker gray. And
Maybe dogs are onto something.
they've always been.
Fucking
That's why they don't talk.
look at that. Dogs most of the time just mind their business
Mhm.
and live pretty happy lives.
And then I would say, but yeah, like, I don't know, man. I just look at it and I see other people's stuff, as far as like people that I look up to, designers I don't even look up to, but designers that's just in the field, because I want to know what people are doing. Like, I just want to see what's out there, what can I do that hasn't been done. What can I put on a shirt that nobody would want to put on a shirt, or what concept can I come up with that hasn't been done? The concept that we just did, I haven't seen done, and I love that type of shit.
Yeah.
There's certain stuff that we have coming up, and it's like, oh, well, I just want not too hard to be different. I want to be myself, but also part of being me is going against the norm. I don't like being traditional. I don't like
I was
being,
about to say that there's nothing traditional about you.
yeah,
So,
I don't like,
start now.
I don't handle well with authority. Everything that I do is just different.
don't put me in a fucking box.
Don't back me in a corner, bro. Just don't
Don't back me in a corner. Never mind.
don't even say it.
No, don't. I'm not gonna say it. It's a good podcast, progressive podcast.
Yeah, we've cleaned it up a
We
lot.
cleaned it up. Oh, we came a long way,
Yeah.
to say the least.
The absolute least. But yeah, that's just in a nutshell what I wanted to talk about. Those
The
secondhand segment and Warren Lotus Dodge
Warren
Demon.
Lotus.
You said the Drake Chrome Hearts. I know they became super in the mainstream this past couple years. Drake being one of them, because he mentioned them in a rap, and a lot of rappers now wear Chrome Heart jeans.
He even had a chrome heart one in the video for that jersey with Odell Beckham.
Yeah. It's the one with Lil Durk.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the song, but he had his own custom jersey. But Chrome Hearts they collab with who they want, and they don't collab with a lot of people. Very selective. They've been around for years. They've been, I think, the 70s when Robert Stark started the company. And to see
Had to be a Stark.
Drake's fucking car, his Rolls Royce custom 101, all the leather, all the chrome work, everything, it's like,
I don't even want to imagine what the cost of that thing was. Well, I mean, the cost of the car is the cost of the car, but to do it in this fashion, I don't think. I mean, there's a price, but I don't think you could have put a price on it at this point after the fact.
After the fact, it's like, yeah, I'm keeping this. If that was me, I'm keeping this forever. Even
I'm
when
not
it
giving
fucking
it back.
breaks down, like, just staying here.
I'll-
I'm putting
I'll-
I'm putting a display in my house. It's so Chrome Hearts does everything right.
I saw that. I was like, oh wow.
They do. They don't miss step on it. They make furniture, bro, and it's just like, wow, that's insane. Little
They never
details.
change their colors, huh? They always keep like the bases of the same colors. Like it's always black, white, gray.
Yeah,
even,
that's
even
their
if
base.
it's different shades of it and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they with Drake's collab, they have blue and yellow, and they have other colors,
Little
mixed
accents.
mixed into it. But they stick to their core values of who they are as a brand.
But that's what I'm saying. And the fact that they've been around for so long and they stick to that, I think that shows their genius for having that much longevity.
Yeah,
Because how many people could do
because
that?
you really can't go anywhere else for what Chrome Hearts does. You just can't.
No.
And
if you do, you know where they got it from. It's like,
yeah, you could go to I mean, there's other designers out there that they do certain stuff, and you're just like, I can kind of see the inspiration here.
Yeah, the correlation of how you got to the inspiration.
Oh.
Yeah, but go to Drake's IG page and you'll see the Rolls Royce. It's hard to miss. I'll put it to you that way.
I just want it.
Honestly, even if it wasn't if you told me that car didn't have an engine and it wasn't drivable, I'd be like,
I could
bro,
just
I
sit
would
in it.
still have it.
Yeah, I would just sit in it.
Yeah, bro.
I don't want the wheels to move because
No,
the wheels
agreed.
were fucking fire.
Agreed.
I couldn't tell you what the best part of that car was.
Hard to say.
Yeah, Jesus. It's almost like I look at that. I'm like, none of this fits Drake's personality.
You think it's kind of you okay? So do you think he wasn't deserving of it?
No. That's two different things.
Okay, so
Two
I'm
different
trying to
things.
figure out where you're going with this.
It doesn't like. Do you see nothing about kind of like what Chrome Art? I mean, I guess that's just the evolution of Chrome Arts, but like, I don't really see Drake wearing leather biker jackets and boots and
Absolutely not.
and I just don't see it. And that's what kind of Chrome Hearts is.
Yeah.
But the beauty of their brand is now they're in a stage where anybody can, not anybody, but you can wear their stuff. Like it's
it's not a niche audience anymore.
yeah, it's not niche audience, but what they do is particular to them.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I could look at them like Drake can't say he has anything else like that car.
No chance. No chance.
Yeah. So it's like, it's kind of like, oh, this is not to say not on brand for you, but it's like this sticks out to everything you have.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's had a Rolls Royce before, not like that.
I've
Not with crosses on the wheels that say "fuck you."
Nah, bro. I've seen him like like the image that comes to me, like if I was a betting man, I'd be like, if Drake got a custom Rolls Royce, I'm gonna tell you what the Rolls Royce is gonna look like. It's gonna be all white. It's gonna be very pristine, clean. You're gonna see some like nice silver, some nice platinum, or something that stands out, something that speaks more to him.
Yeah.
If you told me that the car had those type of wheels, I'd be like, that's not Drake's car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not. I would say, like, if you were to tell me,
I could see The Weeknd having that car.
yeah, no, that makes more sense. The Weeknd.
St. John.
Yeah, I was gonna say St. John, or just someone that it just fits that mold. If you told me that was Travis Barker's Rolls Royce, bro, yeah, of course it is.
Whose else would it be?
Yeah, who else, bro? Yeah, that's Travis Barker's. Yeah, of course. But you said Drake.
Bro, I said that too. I was like, Drake.
But I just love that
Yeah,
car.
it's hard to look at that and be like, oh God,
dude,
just
that's-
a tenth? Come on, man.
The
Come
tenth of
on,
what you've
man.
done for others. But also, he's worked his way to get there.
Bro,
so I could never say he's not deserving
No,
of
that's
anything
yeah. I
he
was
has.
gonna say it's just not as fitting as it probably should be.
Which is cool, bro. We all like stuff that's not in our pocket.
Agreed. I'm not gonna say what that is, but yeah.
I'm not either.
Y'all- hey,
Keep
just,
moving.
Hey, just know when you see me in it, you'll be like, that doesn't make sense. But you know what? I want it.
Yeah.
It might not be fitting, but I want it. You know?
Hey, bro, you see me cruising around a pink Corvette? Mind your business.
Stay the fuck out of my way.
Stay the fuck out my way. That's what the license plate's gonna say.
Mm-hmm. If you see me in a lavender Tesla, stay out of my way, bro.
Hey, bro.
Maybe not lavender. I'll probably do it like a nice neutral color, but with like lavender accents. I'm a real whore for lavender.
Yeah, I already told myself with the way the world's going, the next car I'm gonna get is gonna be electric.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet. I'll say that. That'd actually be pretty cool.
I'm glad I'm in the position to where I can choose. I'm like, okay, so everything's gonna have to go to electric by 2030, 2035.
Is it 2030? Something like that.
2030 or 2035. But hey, might as well
Might as well get started now, folks.
get on.
Hey, by the way, California does have an incentive program to where
Oh, yes,
there's
they
like
do.
it's based on income, but it could be from either like $5 to like $7 or $8 grand to buy electric. So if you see these, because I fucking who had it? I think it was like a Camry, but I was like, oh, this Camry's actually kind of nice. And I was like, oh, this bitch is electric. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, if it's like 30 grand or 32 grand, $5,000, you pretty much don't have to pay for there's no down payment. Or you're gonna pay very little in taxes, because that tax itself would be like $3 grand.
Even if you don't go through that program, they still give you a $1,500 rebate.
Yeah.
When you buy an electric vehicle. So in just the state of California. So as I did my research, this program applies to applies to any electric vehicle or hybrid. So
Oh, it's hybrid too.
hybrid as
didn't
well.
know
So you
that.
can
I
take
thought
it
it
to
was
hybrid. It's less money,
Obviously, yeah.
obviously. But if you go complete electric, you
There's
get
some
the
cool-
max amount.
Yeah. And there's some cool cars that are coming out hybrid now.
Yeah. So like you can go and they'll tell you like what's your like they have you fill out an application. What's your income base? What are you looking for? And then they can kind of give you an estimate of how much it is. Now they
And
tell
that's
you
all fine and dandy, but why do they want to know how much times I have sex? Because it says sex on there.
they want to know if you fuck or not.
Do they want to know if I'm fucking in this car?
Because they're gonna say, hey, whatever those numbers are, double
Double
it once you
it.
get this car. Once you get this car, you're gonna be swimming in the puss.
Oh my god, brother, they're gonna love you.
They're gonna fucking love. We love a eco king.
Brand it. Trademark
Brand it.
that. I'm trademarking
Will
that.
Ferrell was ahead of it in the other guys. Y'all made fun of him. But yeah, you could apply it to whatever electric vehicle. They have options right there, and they tell you as well. Yes, you're approved for this. Wait until we send you the check before you go to the dealership and buy.
Oh, they
Or
say that?
They say that
That's
because they want to make sure you get the money first before you go down there and say like, oh yeah, I got approved. Like, wait, hold on, did you get your money yet?
Hey, bro, you think like Texas have these incentive programs?
Fuck no.
Bro, they probably give you an extra charge for having electric out there. Oh, that's extra $5,000.
Maybe.
I was just thinking about that. I was like,
Maybe if Tesla made a Longhorn edition.
I'm waiting, Elon.
I'm waiting, Elon.
Elon, I get it. We should, I guess, go to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
He's an alien, though. I'm convinced. I guess we could go to Mars, but maybe we could figure out some more stuff on Earth first before we, foresight, look ahead too far.
Hey, it is what it is.
But I'm also not Elon, so
If he would have came out with the original version of the Cybertruck,
that should look nuts.
yeah, the way it looks now, I'm like, it looks like a truck at a Halo.
And
I'm not for it.
And I get it, bro. Which is bad, bro.
We sound like haters right now.
No, I know, but no. Well, I'll say this because he said something which baffles me. He's because I think somebody else was trying to get into cars, and he like kind of tweeted about that, like he quoted it, and and he was pretty much saying like making a concept car and making something into production is not the same thing. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, because I know he probably wanted the original concept of what he designed, but he's well, this isn't feasible. But going to fucking Mars is. So how trash are we as humans, bro? How trash are we?
Having your boring company drill holes into Las Vegas and Los Angeles to create an underground highway. That's more possible than giving me a fucking electric truck.
Bro,
Can I have an electric truck that looks like a Ford but runs like a Tesla? Can that be a thing?
Hey, no, not possible.
Not possible. We can give you Halo.
I could literally fly you to the moon.
I could fly you to the moon, Mars, and give you a truck that's straight out of Halo. But you're asking for a lot here. You know, you got some fucking nerve.
I'm all, what are we talking? That's how I know that as human beings, we're just fucking stupid.
Is it because like these companies own a certain patent or something that look too close to something?
I don't think it's that. I think it's the fact of those institutions have been around for so long that they know how. Like they have so much resources. I'm not saying Elon doesn't, but for the people that don't know, Elon's had to borrow money on many occasions, and he's had to work certain ways. And granted, he has
Shocker.
Yeah, rich people do that too.
Rich people borrow money.
Yeah,
other people's money. Dom Kennedy was on it.
So for those of you who don't like handouts or
spend other people's money.
Yeah.
To make your own money.
Concept, right? But for whatever reason, it's just not feasible. And I'm just like, how? I'm like, but it's gotta be. In my mind, I'm all, it can't be this hard.
If they can make an electric Mustang.
But also the thing is too,
cars are different than trucks.
Yeah, the cars are different.
I get that.
But no, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say because he's making something so unique and so niche, every single part has to pretty much be made in order to fit this truck. Or this car or whatever. So some of the designs, like if you had like, it's as simple as like, oh, we have to make a special type of frame or special type of latch or special type. When you're making all OEM and custom made, because I was kind of in that field, it drives the price so high up that I think in his mind is, oh, but this car wouldn't. There's no way anybody could afford this car. And this wouldn't be like a Ford type of car. This would be like a type of car where you're looking at over like $100,000 because everything is so goddamn pricey to make because it's all custom.
Yeah. His Model S was over $100,000. The SUV.
Yeah.
Or it was damn near close to it, because he barely came out with his Model 3, which is the affordable. It starts at 32 or 33,000 base model, base everything, 32,000. If you want to get the the premium package, it's around 45 to 50.
Yeah.
But that's his affordable, assembly line.
And that's what I think. That's what I think.
But I don't think you can do that with a truck. Like I was already under the assumption that this truck was gonna be around 100K.
I was in my mind. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like 70, 80 grand.
Yeah, like if
It's fucking nuts.
if a good diesel is around that price, I'd imagine electric is gonna be that price or a little
bit
more.
higher.
And I can rationalize that cost because over the long run, I'm not spending that much money in gas because with your electric vehicle, you're probably paying $40 for the month, $50 for the month, versus with
Which
your truck.
if you have solar at your house, fuck, I'm sure that's probably just a dream.
Yeah, we do.
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to convince some people.
Tesla bought Solar City, and we have Solar City panels.
So it only makes sense that you get a Tesla.
It only make keep it in house and within the family per se. But yeah, it's like I can justify the price because I'm versus putting $50 to $60 a week versus the month.
Bro, especially the way gas prices are going up, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm back to almost $100 a tank. I'm all, not doing this.
yeah. And you're an eco diesel.
And I'm eco. Imagine if I was I'm not gonna disrespect him, but if I had like a Raptor, something else, it's like, oh no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta have some foresight.
Some foresight, folks.
What time are we at right now?
We are pretty late into the podcast. We're almost done. We're almost at an hour 30. So I said we could just wrap it up here. We did have some other topics. We could always save it for next week because there's some pretty good.
Not next week. The following week.
Following week.
Arturo's not gonna be able to.
I'm gonna be out of commission
speak.
this week, guys. I'm gonna be in thorough amounts of pain.
You're gonna be in thermal.
I'm gonna pass through thermal, but
okay.
no, I'm not gonna be in thermal specifically.
Oh, you said thorough.
Thorough amounts of pain. Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah, thorough amounts of pain. So I do not believe I'll
I thought
be.
you said thermal amounts of pain. I'm like, God damn.
You're all, that bad?
That bad? Are you okay?
No, man. Thermal's becoming an oasis. Don't let anybody fool you. But yes, we'll be out next week. And plus, even with like Heaven's Demons in our production, we're gonna probably have to be working next week. So there's some things we're gonna have to do. But we're gonna have our special guest on. Or should we just save it for us?
I'll save it.
We'll save it for who it's gonna be. Great guy, one of the best guys I know. His perspective is the amount of different lanes this guy moves in is pretty unique, and he'll explain it when he gets here. But it's gonna be a good one. I guess, do we have anything before we sign off this week?
Thank you for everybody that supported this drop.
We love you. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you holding our hearts. Like I said earlier, I never forget.
Hey, fuck, what was the line? Oh, I forget nothing and I remember everything. As Tommy Shelby said.
Thomas Shelby. Can't wait for that show to come back. But
we appreciate y'all.
Appreciate every single one of you.
And it's for those who, because I know some people under 4 to 6 week lead time. Might be a little shorter. Who knows? There might be some things that we could do to speed up the process to get it to you a little quicker, because I know the summer's gonna come around. It's gonna be shorter. Don't worry. We're working hard for you guys. Hey, I'm working hard. I'm never gonna make promises that we don't deliver on. But if anything, we'll over deliver.
Over deliver, yeah.
Yeah, it's always I always get the two confused. Under deliver.
Over deliver.
Oh yeah.
Under deliver if we went over the 4 to 6 weeks.
Ain't gonna do that.
We over deliver.
Hey, we won't be those guys. All we have in this world is our.
I don't want to be an over promise and under deliver type of guy.
No, in any aspect of life, any aspect. I'm not gonna start now. But yeah,
we're gonna get it done. I was gonna say we keep our expectations here so we can exceed them.
Always. Oh, and let that carry on to other aspects of life.
And that's just being humble.
But yeah, good week. Episode 2 of the Heaven's Demons podcast. Any feedback? Anybody want to come on? Anybody that has any questions? Go ahead and reach out to us, to the podcast. Personals, doesn't matter. And yeah, if you have any insight,
if you're a company like Topo Chico, perhaps, and
hey, you want to get into Latin? Hey, you want to get more into the Latin market, or I don't know what you want to do, but we could talk.
Yeah, we could communicate. We can throw some numbers
hey,
around.
You know
we could throw some things at the wall and see what sticks.
Hey,
I'm all for it.
I'm all for it.
I'm all for it. Never against it.
Never, unless. But I wouldn't advise throwing bottles. I mean, if you're throwing pastas.
I say we could throw stuff at the wall and see if it sticks. You know, I was lied to when I first started learning how to cook.
I could not believe. I could not believe you actually did it.
Hey,
because
but
this
you
is in
respect
Fullerton.
it. I started this in L.A. It went from
Well, didn't
L.A.
your ass tell this to Max? Somebody threw
Yeah.
fucking spaghetti on the wall, and I'm like, why are we throwing food at the wall? I could not believe you guys were throwing food around. I was like, are we having a food fight? What the fuck is
Look,
going on?
I was lied to. I was told, when pasta's done when it can stick to the wall.
Do you think somebody said that to troll somebody?
Looking back, hindsight, yeah.
Yeah.
Parker, you fucking
But I know
classic.
But even then, I've heard that saying too. But in my mind, I've never. Look. My mom has cooked her whole life. I've seen many women cook, men cook. I've never seen anybody how to throw something to make to be sure that it's ready.
Well, I didn't want to undercook it.
You could, yeah, agreed, Adam. But you also don't have to throw things to find out if they work.
Well, I mean, it's fun, right? Hey, made for memories. We're talking about it now, 5 years later.
Yeah.
More than 5 years later, but we're still talking about it. Look at that, memories, bro.
that's for damn
Honestly,
sure.
when's the last time you made pasta?
Oh fuck! I want some now. It's been a long time.
Hey, when you do it, for your old boy.
Well, you know what? You're right.
For your old boy.
I'll record it and
Throw it
I'll
at the
send it to
fucking
you.
wall.
And when you hear something in the background, you go to chingada madre. Then you know what?
You're all, no, it's ready, ma.
Nah, ma. This I know is good.
So I know it's good, ma. You just see a chunklet fly.
I'm all just. Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
I'm all. What, how do you have 3? 4? That's 5.
5. You only have 2 feet.
What the fuck?
Do you have a holster? But all right, guys.
But all right,
It
guys.
was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure as always. Until next week or till the week
Next
after that.
time.
Next time.
Until
guys.
next time.
Till
Just say next time. Don't say next week. Hey, look at you. Look at you with your promises.
Hey, you see? I told myself I'm not gonna be that guy.
You're just so fucking
Just fucking.
rip out your eyelash.
All right. But until next week, guys. Peace.
Later.